What up, what up, what up? Yeah. You already know what time it is. We livin' and we thriving. It's an even day. Huh? You here? Thank you for clicking on this video. I appreciate it. I go by No Snero or NOS or Matt or Matthew. And what we do here is we just hang, we chill out. Mostly just me interacting with the comments, but I always have a message, always trying to present something to you that you could take with you and think about, resonate with, ponder on. And I'm not gonna hold you too long. I'm gonna get right to it. You already know. And yeah. So I already titled. Actually, let me start from this. So usually when I do these, I don't title them because I didn't even really realize that you could do that. But today I was playing with the buttons and the settings and all that, and I realized that you can actually title your live before you start. So the reason why this is titled "You're Not in the Mood," don't feel guilty, and I'm gonna have a little something that I can share with you if you ever try to initiate spicy time with your partner, but they really not feeling it. You can still use that as a way to be intimate and get a deeper connection. All right? Thank you for that thumbs up. Just you and me, baby. Just you and me. You ready? All right, boom. So, when you try to initiate with your partner and try to have some spicy time, whatever, but they really not feeling it. A lot of times, most people will say, "Sorry, babe, I'm not feeling it right now." You know what I mean? Like, and that'll be that. And then the initiating partner gets like this rejected feeling. Here's what you can do instead. Instead of apologizing for not being in the mood, I think we should actually never apologize, number one, because you're allowed to not be in the mood. There's nothing to be sorry about. But instead, how about showing gratitude first for the partner who is expressing that desire to be close and connect and be intimate? Tell them how good that makes you feel. And then ask if y'all can connect in some other way. Wouldn't that be cool? If you can connect in another way, it doesn't always have to be spicy or physical, you know what I mean? I like to call that something called pivot play. You know how you got foreplay? You know what I mean? This is pivot play. Like, oh, we was about to, but now we not. So we gonna do this instead. That's called pivot play. And here's a list of activities that you can do with your partner. Number one, this is one of my favorites. Might not be yours because sometimes it changes a situation that was about to be spicy into a situation where it might be a little awkward, but having hard conversations is my favorite thing to do. This is why I'm constantly on here. So what I like to call them truth sessions. And that could be simple. Like it doesn't have to be like, yo, tell me how you really feel. It could be something like, yo, what's something that you never told somebody? Or like what's a memory that you haven't shared with me yet or that you haven't shared with many other people? So that way you build a connection around that memory because that memory, they know that nobody else knows that about you except them, you know? Um, Outside of that, there's breath work, of course. We all know breath work. Breath work is amazing to do with each other, especially if you can include something called eye gazing, which is just like breath work, but you also like stare at each other super close to each other's face. It's a little awkward, but trust me, it deepens the connection. Trust me. I mean, you really have no choice but to go deeper if you stared into somebody's soul. Another one is collab on a creation. It could be like, let's make what do they call them? The posters, a vision board. There you go. Like y'all can make a vision board together. Y'all can collab on like some baking or some cooking. Um, yeah, and that's pretty much it. But this also makes what this does is it makes initiating more than a yes or no dialogue, and it reduces the feeling of rejection, which is great for everybody. Intimacy doesn't we think intimacy has to be like something sexual or like physical or whatever the case may be or like, but what intimacy really is, to me at least, is the feeling of being deeply understood. And yeah, Also, candles are always good. Candles always like soften the mood, make it more contextual, you know. It also helps memory too. I feel like I remember every time I've ever been in a candlelit situation. Nature walks are dope if you really like to do that type of thing. That's one of my favorite things to do is go on nature walks. And I already said cooking and baking. So yeah, that's that. Another cool thing that you might not have ever heard of before, I've heard of it, but I've never done it actually, is like sit in the mirror or like grab a portable mirror, a handheld mirror, and do mirror work with your partner. Have you ever tried that? I've never done some shit like that before. But it's in the book, it's in the schedule, it's on the menu. And then a gratitude circle. I mean, that's the obvious thing to do is just, you know, share why you're grateful for one another. And that's what I call pivot play. I should have named the video pivot play, but I guess not too many people know what that was. So what I named the video was pretty good. All right, let's see what the comments are talking about. What up, Mrs. Clayton? What up, Unisu? What's this up, Mrs. Clinton? El Cooler said, this guy looks like he makes good hot dogs. I actually do make some bomb-ass hot dogs. That's a New York thing. A lot of people don't understand. But I'm happy you do, El Cooler. I mean, I don't know what you look like, but I assume if you know what a guy looks like who makes good hot dogs, you yourself enjoy a good glizzy. Just don't make eye contact with nobody while you eat it. Oh, I'm happy. That touches my whole soul, Mrs. Clinton. That message was right on time for you. It was right on time for me too. I mean, like I haven't had intimate connection with another person, but I was just thinking about it. So I made a little journal, and I wrote about it for when I do need it in the future, if I ever do need it in the future. Who knows? All right, but that's not the only thing that I have to share with you. We 7 minutes deep, and I already gave you a lot of game. But I have a couple more things I want to share with y'all. I'm just going to try to figure out if I'm going to share all of them, one of them, both of them. Yo, I be wilding when I'm journaling. My favorite pen ran out, so I had to use another pen. But I'm very particular about my pens. Any of y'all particular about which pen you use? Do you have a favorite pen? My favorite pen to use is the G2, the Pilot G210. These are some fucking good ass pens. And I always pretty much fuck with black, as you can see. The whole fit is black today. Besides the socks, of course. Oh yeah, let me tell you about my day. I didn't even tell you about what I was doing today. Y'all ever heard of a podcast called Tonight's Conversation? Y'all ever heard of that? Anybody ever heard of that? If you ever heard of Tonight's Conversation, the podcast, put any type of emoji in the motherfucking comments. Nah, Mrs. Clinton, that's not a reflection from my marriage. I've actually never been married, but not a reflection of any of my past relationships. Just something that I wanted to write about. Oh, the Pilot V5, I like that. I love people with they, you know what I mean? You know your writing utensils. I fuck with that heavy. Yeah, it's gotta be bold. It's gotta be bold. Okay, Mrs. Clinton, so you heard of tonight's conversation with a dude named Ace Metaphor or something like that. Anyway, they're in Jacksonville right now, and I got called up to go help them set up for their event, and that was really cool because I've heard, like, I've come across their material, but like only in little short reels or whatever, but I never really paid attention. But it seems to be pretty cool. It's like a panel of 6 people who just talk about relationships or whatever the fuck they be talking about. I assume it's about relationships and the dynamic between men and women or whatever the case. So with you?
To a celebration.
Celebration?
Yeah.
I like your outfit. Look at Pop's outfit, everybody. Look at him. Look at the shoes. Player. They say you're not supposed to wear white after Labor Day, but fuck all that.
We in Florida, baby.
Fuck all that. Fuck the rules.
You think people don't wear white in Miami?
Oh yeah, they wearing white all day. Yeah. They wearing white all day in Miami. Bradley the Baker said, liked and sub just off the pin talk. I love that. Thank you, fam. Appreciate that. My pen game is heavy, man. That's all I do. If I'm not writing or studying, if I'm not studying or editing, I'm writing. Or on here. Bang. Let me think what else I was going to talk about. I was thinking about, but that might be too personal. Anyway, I was reading a study about yeah, there's no way that I'm gonna say that and it's not interpreted the wrong way. So I'm gonna stay away from that. I'm gonna stay away from that one. Maybe. Oh yeah. That being said, I want to start like a membership for my channel. I got selected for a membership boot camp for YouTube, so I'm doing that right now, and they're basically teaching us all these perks of basically how to start a membership and how to keep it popping with the membership and how to invite people and how people get special perks being within the membership, how to set up the tiers and all of that. So yeah. And the reason why I say that is because within that membership, I will be more free to say all the things that I be wanting to say. Because, you know what I mean? I got to be careful about what I talk about in the public. Just because there's a lot going on right now. So let me see about this other thing. All right. I wanted to talk about phrases that we should all stop saying. Phrases that we probably all use on a daily basis that we got to do our best to stop. We got to do our best to stop saying these things. And there's 5 of them. You ready? Ready or not, here it comes. These phrases wire your brain. So what we want to do is rewire our brain and not use these phrases. The first one being is I'll try. No more I'll try. All right? Here's why. Because when you say I'll try, the brain doesn't register it as action. It files it under uncertainty. And when the brain feels uncertain, it signals a hesitation. And when you hesitate, that halts execution. And you out?
Yep.
All right, Dad. Be safe out there.
I'll see you later, son.
All right. So here's an example. When I was setting up at the event today for tonight's conversation, there were like a stack of chairs, big ass stack of chairs, like this high. And they had them flat and they had like these, what are those straps that you use in the trailer? You know what they're called? You know what I'm talking about? The straps with the ratchet. You ratchet and it like, you plug it into the walls on the side of the trailer.
Those
They're just straps, I guess.
well, you can call them straps, but
You on the spot now? Huh?
they're straps.
Yeah, just straps. That's what I would say. So straps. The chairs had these straps on them, and the straps had like this ratchet to tighten up the strap. But whoever put on the strap wasn't being mindful that one day somebody was gonna have to take that strap off. So we couldn't. No, everybody was trying to take the strap off. I was trying to take the strap off for like a good 10 minutes, and then the organizer of the whole thing, she was like, I'm gonna just find a knife or a scissor or something. We're gonna cut it. Like she was gonna just take a loss. And I was like, you know what? Let me try one more time because if anything, I know the power of thought works. It's actually real. Wouldn't you know? After 10 minutes of trying, 10 seconds after saying the power of thought alone should work. And I said, you're gonna work, bitch. Because you ain't about to make me look ugly in front of the event organizer. So I said, and said, pa! Right there. So I was like, damn. Shit really is deep like that, but I gotta stop being surprised about the magic of manifestation. Like I've been at this for years and years and years and years. So no more saying I'll try. All right. We're not going to say I'll try because, like I said, the brain files it under uncertainty, which is hesitation, and hesitation halts execution. And we also have to acknowledge the brain as like the generator, the generator that puts things in order for whatever it is that you desire or whatever it is that you want to destroy. Did you peep that? The God, the brain, the God being the brain. Come on, come on. All right. Second thing that we should stop saying outside of I'll try is I always mess this up. You don't want to say I always mess this up no more. I mean that this one is way more obvious, but I feel like me personally, I don't really say it like that. Especially absolutes. I don't really like to talk in absolutes like I never or I always. I try to stay away from those words. That's not really cool with me. But I do catch myself saying, I'm probably gonna mess this up. Or damn, I did mess that up. Instead of saying that, this is what you should say. Um, I got this. Things always work out in my favor. The reason why you don't want to say I'll mess this up because when you say I'll mess this up, that tells your subconscious to repeat the mistake. You gotta always remember the brain is God. All right. Lucky for me, I have such a big one. The what's the frontal lobe? It's not the hippocampus. It's the hypothalamus. Oh, Lou was good. Ratchet straps. See, Olu always on point. What up? What up? ah, Johannes, what's good? Thank you for joining me. This is your second live. Okay, that's what's up. Good evening, smart and savvy. Nah, Olu, you know it's not a party till you in the spot. All right, boom. So we covered two phrases that we're gonna try our best to stop saying. The third one is gonna be, that's just how I am, or that's just what I do. Stuff like that. The reason why you might want to not use that phrase so much is because identity is the most powerful form of suggestion. What we declare, what we exclamate, what we command, our brain, again, the God, our brain defends that. It manifests more of that. It calls in more of that. So when you say, that's just how I am, I mean, if you saying that about something good, like if you hit the ill 3-point shot and there's nothing but the bottom of the net and people look like, yo, that was a great shot. And you look at them back like, yeah, that's just what I do. Then you could keep saying that's just how I am. For good stuff that you want to call in more. But if it's the effect of something that negative that you don't want to continue to happen, then don't tell yourself that's just how you are, because it's not. You see the trend. I'm basically trying to get us to speak more into our existence, because abracadabra. Shout out to you if you know what abracadabra means. It's a Hebrew word, if I'm not mistaken. It means what I speak, I create. All right. The fourth thing is, this is hard for me, or it's hard for me. When you say this is hard for me, you're speaking to your subconscious, and when your subconscious or your brain, you can just think about subconscious being your brain hears that and says, oh, that's unsafe. And our brain is strictly programmed to stay safe above all things, self-preservation, I suppose. So when you hear yourself say that, your brain is like, let's avoid this at all costs. So no more, it's hard for me. Even if it does feel hard, but like, try to catch yourself saying in your head that it's hard and reinforce what may not seem true to you, which will become true if you reinforce it and say, this is easy for me. The last thing is, I don't know how to. Instead of saying, I don't know how, say, I do know how. That's pretty easy. I don't know why I was making that so hard or deep. But instead of saying you don't know how, say I do know how. I just need to remember. I need to give myself time to remember. Because knowing always comes after the doing. Bang. And that's my second gift to y'all today. Let's see what the comments are saying. John M. Is that my cousin John M? But what's up, John M? I try to stay away from the them too. I try to name them. I always say like the Council of 300, the Rothschilds, the DuPonts, the Rockefellers, the Bezos, the Winfreys. Who else? The Musk. What's the meta dude's name? I don't even remember his name. Zuckerberg. The Zuckerbergs. I try to name them. I don't say them. You know what I mean? I'll say Trump. I'll say fucking Pelosi. That Pelosi, man. Yo, speaking of Trump, y'all know I'm into the trading, right? I've been trading a lot. I'm into my trading journey. Man, I had a feeling because I've been telling myself, yo, it's a bear market. I'm going into it with the bias that it's a bear market. I should buy more puts than I should buy calls. And you might not know what that is, but a call is basically you guessing that the price of an asset or a stock basically is going to go up. And a put is you guessing that the price of the asset is going to drop. So this morning I was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy a put because everything is up. Everything has been up forever. So I'm buying puts. But in my technical analysis, I just couldn't really justify it. I found buying a call is more attractive to me because when you buy calls, your upside, your potential for profit is unlimited. But whenever you buy a put, your potential for profit is usually limited. So for some reason, I bought a call on something that I'm pretty sure was going to go up because it goes up every day. It goes up every week. It goes up every month. It's been going up for as long as it's been around. It doesn't go down. So I'm like, this is a short thing. The price was perfect. It was like a $6 stock. So the option was only like $10 or something like that. I was like, let's go. Let's get it. And Trump came out today and said some dumb shit about how he wants to tariff China because China is trying to basically make things hard on America. And the whole stock market went in the red today. So I say all that to say, if I would have listened to my original intuition, I would be fucking balling right now. I would be fucking balling. The whole stock market plunged. All I had to do was buy a put this morning, and I would be so. I'm gonna fall back. All right. Anyway, that leads me into what's probably gonna be my last message for you all today, which is our metric on value. I feel like all of our problems are based in our metric because our metric of value, because our only metric of value is money. I find myself in that trap. All of these thoughts are coming from journals, okay? So I want to change that around by saying what it should be is quality of life. Our metric on value should be our quality of life. And that doesn't necessarily mean compare your life to people or geographies or cultures that are known to have less of you, like less than you, I should say. Like whenever I feel like I'm not being as grateful as I want to be, if I ever feel myself saying, yo, this is trash right now, like life is tough, or I'm in a bad, you know what I mean, just like a bad spot, whatever the fuck, I always hear a little voice in my say, but yo, you see what's going on in Gaza right now? Like that could be Florida right now. Or I think about when I used to live in New York, and as soon as I stepped out my building, there was a homeless person over there. A homeless person over there. I remember those people's faces and like how they were living, like on the concrete sidewalk. And I'll be like, well, at least I'm not them. Or I could be them. That could be my situation. I try to like combat that as much as possible instead of comparing myself to people who are known to have less, or like demographics of people who are in rougher situations than I am, I always try to say, nah, I have all that I need. I have everything that I want. Everything that I already have and want and need is already within me. You know, I try to switch that. It's daily work. It's daily work, fam. So yeah, I wanted to. This last message was basically like, I feel like our problems as humanity is because our metric of value is money when it should be quality of life, love, and community. Instead, it's like usually like I need to get mine in order to be okay. Like I need to get money in order to be okay. But if you really do the introspection and switch your perspective, I feel like not only will your physical outward external situation be a lot better, but you'll feel a lot safer in your own body. Oh wow, that's a great segue to the other shit that I wanted to kick, but it might be too deep. It might be too deep. Anyway, last couple of things are before I get to the comments is um, we need to accept values that live within us instead of these. We need to accept values that live within us instead of those offered by society. Morality isn't about following rules. It's about going within and figuring out what's right. We change the world by who we are, not by what we do. All right? And that's what I have for y'all today. Thank you for coming to the live. That was someone calling me, and that's my Flying Lotus ringtone, just in case you wanted to know. What's up, Nora? Nora, Robbie! What up, fam? I ain't seen you in a minute. Happy you made it today. What up, V-Man? What up, Gabriel? What's up, Monica? Find your blessings where you can always, and with the purple heart. I love that. My blessings are always, and the most abundant resource that I have is in my thoughts. Ashe! Yeah, so I'm not gonna hold y'all, man. We could just kick it with the comments and all of that. Whatever y'all want to talk about, I give you the floor. I've said my piece already. Anybody want $5? That's how balling I am. I could just give away this $5 right now. That's what's up, Robbie. I'm happy. That is the reason why I got on here today, because I was like, yo, feeling kind of rough today, but fuck it. You know, you got to show up however, whenever, whatever. You know what I mean? Because I ain't scared of none of y'all. So I'm happy you got something of substance that you could take with you. Yeah, I'm happy, Nicole. Not Nicole. I'm happy. Could be happier. But yeah, I'm happy for sure. When people ask me if I'm happy, I think the first thing my brain processes is, what is there not to be happy about? And then I have answers for that. I have a laundry list of reasons not to be happy. But then, this is why I have alter egos. If you don't have an alter ego, I highly suggest that you create one. It might take some time, but I think all of the greatest artists, for sure, but all of the greatest people, I want to say, have alter egos. We need alter egos to kind of like protect who we genuinely are. I think that's why media is so powerful, because a lot of us subconsciously or innately live vicariously through the characters that we see on screen. They allow us, media allows us to put ourselves in other people's shoes and be them for the duration of whatever it is that you're watching. But if you create an alter ego, everything's a movie. Your entire day is a movie. All of your thoughts is a movie. It's like being delusional, living in a fantasy. At the same time, you're you're synchronized and fully resonated within your reality. My alter ego is a dude named Nos Nero, or Nos, or NOS, or just Nero. Like my alter ego is kind of fraction off into different personas that I need at the time. So the guy named Nos Nero is his favorite slogan is fuck all that. Anybody who knows me for a minute has heard me say fuck all that at least 1,000 times. If somebody has known me for a very long time and you say, yo, what's the most what's the phrase or slogan that Matt uses the most? It's fuck all that. And when I say that, I think I actually have a vlog titled "Fuck All That." Fuck all of that. That's no Nero. That's me. Haha. Itachi. What's good, Itachi? Where you at, fam? And I was talking about Itachi yesterday. I had a deep ass conversation about Itachi Uchiha yesterday. And shout out to the boy Naruto Uzumaki. It's his birthday today. How old is he? I think he's like 34 today. Shout out to Naruto, man. Shout out to the greatest, most unpredictable, gutsy ninja of all time. And thank you, Itachi, for, holding it down the way you did, making sure that Sasuke got strong enough so that him and Naruto can go beat Kaguya, you know what I mean? Take over the whole, the plan that Madara thought he had set in place with the old Otsutsuki and all of that. What a story. I always tell people, yo, Masashi Kishimoto-san, the guy who wrote the Naruto story, the manga, that man's a genius, yo. That story's on par with the Bible, son. Any story that the Bible got in it, I got a story from Naruto that just as good. Facts. Oh, Lou, you just got out. That's what's up, man. Where you at? You on fall break? Okay, that's what's up. Where they do that at? I forgot where you said you was at. You was in Chicago, right? Why? Fall break? I don't remember having no fall break. I remember winter break. Definitely don't remember no fall break. Oh, if we did have a fall break, it was Thanksgiving break. And then like you go back to school for a week and a half or 2 weeks, and then you on Christmas break. But that's what's up, man. How's the chemistry the class going, man? Like y'all blowing stuff up in there or what? Your alter ego made you top guitarist in your nation? Okay, Moses. What nation are you from? Oh, snap. Top guitarist? Shout out to Guitar Hero. That used to be one of my favorite fucking games in the world. I used to play that shit all the time. But I could only go to medium. For some reason, I couldn't get the pinky to work. You know what I mean? I got these 3 fingers all day with the strumming. But the pinky, when they started throwing the pinky in there and the pinky had to control the last 2 buttons, fucked me up every time. Y'all ever seen that guy play the fucking Imagine, was it? I was about to say Imagine Dragons. I don't know the name, but it's like the hardest song on Guitar Hero. There's a dude who played it at 2 times speed and got 100% on it. The shit is a viral. I'm pretty sure y'all all seen that. It's a viral fucking video. But that shit looked impossible. And that nigga got 100% on that shit. Oh, right. You live in AZ, but you from Chicago. Okay, I got you, Olu. Yeah, AZ probably need that fall break. It'd be hot as a fuck out there, boy. Why? Nicole asked, why do I feel as though having an alter ego is beneficial? I thought I explained that, but Alter egos can protect you, to make it give you a succinct answer. Um, they protect you in times where you feel like you're the person that you genuinely are. Like, let's say Knock Nicole is who you genuinely are, but fucking, how do you change Nicole real quick? Say, let's call you Saint Nick. Your alter ego can be called Saint Nick, and Saint Nick steps in whenever Knock Nicole wants to retreat. Whenever Knock Nicole wants to give up or give in, Saint Nick steps in like, nah, okay, you could chill. I got this. I'm telling you, it sounds crazy, but the shit be working. All the best artists have alter egos, and they usually name their artists after their alter ego. Facts. Where is Happy Feet? She ain't join us today, but Happy Feet be working, yo. She do the buses. She said she was trying to find a second job, so she probably working her second job right now. But that's the ill thing about doing this every couple of days is there are people who constantly check in, and Happy Feet is always one of the first people to check in, and I get to have a lot of one-on-one time with her. So she, I know a lot about her. Just like I know my man Olu is a chemistry teacher. I know that Miss Marilyn Clayton lives in fucking Alaska, and her whole family is gifted musically. So, yeah, little shit like that. I look forward to it, man. Like this community is authentic. It's not about for show. It's not about you know doing this shit just for oohs and ahs or optics or the little bit of money I get from the YouTube AdSense. You know what I mean? It ain't about that at all. It's really genuinely about building community. So if the fucking NSA ever come get me, if they ever come get me and I don't show up on a live on an even day, y'all know they took me to fucking Guantanamo, and I need y'all to send the convoy. Send a convoy to Cuba to come get me, fam. Don't let them have me for too long. You heard? Autumn, what's up, baby girl? Good to see you. I'm happy you made it. Olu said, these kids ain't ready for no chemistry for real. Too distracted. When all this information available, they don't know how to access it or connect the dots. Yo, you just sent me down a rabbit hole inside of my own brain. Like, I don't think Google was a thing when I was in high school. It might have been. But Google was so brand new when I was a junior in high school, when I was taking chemistry, that I never even really used it. I don't remember using it, at least. Maybe I did. I know I was on the internet. I know LimeWire was. If I was on the internet, I was on LimeWire, and I was downloading music, burning CDs. Yes, Google was a thing. Yes, because I was about to give myself up. I have some very questionable searches when I was a junior in high school. But yeah, I guess I never really put together the the beautiful knowledge that chemistry is and all the things behind it, and they were always just a keystroke away in the Google shit. But oh, there's a cat. Oh, I'm about to feed this cat. I'm trying to Matter of fact, I don't know, because if I feed this stray cat, that means the stray cat gonna be here every day at my back door talking about meow meow meow. Then I'm gonna have a stray cat at the back door. I'm gonna have I'm gonna have homie who come to my front door every day talking about you got a couple of dollars. Y'all cook today. Yo, I literally have a bruh man from the fifth floor, except he don't come through my window. He never stepped foot in my house. But every day this dude come to my door. But I've been trying to befriend the stray cat for a minute, and I finally got one to meow outside of my door, and now I'm hesitant about feeding that. Let me see if it's still out there. there. See, I got a fucking thing of cat food too. Do I got paper plates? Oh, I don't got paper plates, fam. Do I just let it eat out a bowl? Come on, son. Think quick, think quick. Yeah, it's still there. Yeah. My last can of cat food. Oh yeah, come get it. Come here, kitty. Here's some food. I should have put it in a bowl because them cans be cutting. Let's see if she comes get it. If they made me open up that cat food for no reason, I'm gonna be tight. Oh, I don't think they came to get it. Trash. Oh, she bounced. Nah, son, we about to go on a fucking adventure right now. Find this fucking cat. This cat go eat this cat food, son. Play that shit. Nah, son. At least let me leave the food out. Maybe she was too scared to come to my door. She was standing right here. You're gonna just leave it right there. Bang. I don't know where she went. Maybe my was too aggressive. Yo, I know cats can smell for like 20 miles away. She gonna smell that shit. She gonna eat that. For real, for real. It's alright. This is exactly what I was saying in my last live, yo. When you plant seeds, you don't need to be around for the fruit. You know? So I just put the cat food out. I don't gotta be around for her to eat it. Look, put on a little light for her and all of that. Doop. Now maybe she'll come visit me. Cause I'm fucking... One of the things on my long list of things to be not the happiest person in the fucking world about is I haven't seen none of my animals. I haven't seen my animals in like almost 6 months. This month will be the 6th fucking month I haven't seen my dogs. And you know what's crazy is like, I might not ever see my fucking dogs again. That shit is wild to me. And for what? Nobody knows. CC Giles asks, do you have a job? Yeah, my job is minding my business. Robbie! Yeah, hopefully, man. Hopefully that's my cat now. Oh yeah, I saw that video a long time ago when she first came out. What was her name? Sherry Jackson. Sherry Jackson was a former IRS agent who quit her job when she read the whole IRS manual, right? The IRS manual is like no bullshit. It's like this thick. It's got fucking like the trapper keeper rings are like this big. She read the whole shit and couldn't find anywhere where it it says that we're obligated to file income tax. It does use the phrase mandatory, but I mean this topic is so fucking complex. Where do I start? You have to start at the United States citizen. And do I even want to talk about this shit right now? I'm gonna try to talk about it very, very briefly. United States citizen is something called a straw man. It's something that is basically attached to our living flesh and blood vessel. It's a corporation. It's a it's a it's an ens legis, of course, but that's not what I'm trying to say. It's a corporation. It's an ens legis, but it's not a living, breathing, sentient being. And the United States citizen dwells within the 25 square miles that is Washington, D.C. So does every state that you can think of. When you say like state of Arizona, you think of the geographic location that we all know as Arizona, but the state of Arizona only exists within Washington, D.C. So when you're talking about U.S. citizens, a lot of people will identify as a U.S. citizen because that's what we were taught. That's what we were programmed to believe, that we are, this flesh and blood being is a United States citizen. But that's actually incorrect. That's just a corporation that exists in the United States, and the United States of America, Washington, D.C., has authority over that citizen. And so it is mandatory for those citizens to file income tax for the IRS. But if you go to the lengths of making it a matter of public record that you know that you are a living, breathing, sentient being on the land, there's a reason why you want to say that you're on the land, because these rules, these codes, these statutes, those exist for, it's maritime law, which is commercial law. Commercial law, maritime law is for the sea. Damn, my brain, son, my brain. Now I want to talk about the Holy See, but I'm not going to do that. I just hope that if y'all auto have no idea what I was just talking about for like the past minute and a half, 2 minutes, I hope that you do go look it up. A good place to start is one ONE, stupid. You know how to write, you know how to spell stupid, right? STUPID. One stupid fuck. FUCK. OneStupidFuck.com. Go to that website and click on resources. It's United States Citizen Resources or some shit like that, or State National Resources, I think it is. Yeah, and that alone will fuck you up, fam. It will fuck you up. That is pretty much a red pill. I like that website because it's new. The guy who runs it, what the fuck is his name? I can't remember his fucking name right now, but it's a white guy. Not that it makes any difference, but he gives all of that shit out for free. Where most of the time, and the reason why I guess I did say he's a white guy who gives it out for free is because every time I've ever met a POC, a person of color, with that information, the first thing they want to do is go in my pockets. They want to charge me 50, 100, 200, thousands. There's a bunch of people online who charge $5,000, $10,000 for shit that's fucking been around since the early 90s, that if you knew what to Google, you could get it for free. This shit pisses me off. But anyway, I give you that resource because it's on there for free. It's a plethora of knowledge, and it will change your fucking life if you go through that website, like I hope that you do. Bohemian, what's good, ma? Long time no see. Miss Jones, wow. Okay, we got the OGs in here tonight. Oh, where Sherry Jackson got locked up? I didn't even know that. Wow. Yeah. That's what all of us people who participate in that ideology, that's what we face, is being locked up for a very long time. You don't get to see your fucking family. And, they probably run your name through the dirt. And I'm sure if she's still in jail or prison or wherever she's at, she's wondering what's going on outside and why is nobody habeas corpusing her. Shout out to you if you know what habeas corpus is. If I knew that, I'd try to habeas corpus her, but then that definitely put a target on my back. And the fucked up thing about it is a lot of times they don't necessarily come after you. When I say they, I mean the United States government. Most likely, if it's an agency, it's going to be the IRS. Um, who else would it be? It would probably be. They probably send the ATF because all they have to do is lie and say that you have firearms, and even if you don't have firearms, they'll drop a sawed-off shotgun on your floor and say the reason why they raided your house is because you had a sawed-off shotgun. But yeah, what I was trying to say was a lot of times they don't come after the person directly; they'll go after their family, which is something that I thought about after I put that little short out, and I was like, damn, maybe I should delete that. Because I never want to be the cause of my girls being put in harm's way. But I'm so tiny right now. I don't think anybody's worried about me. And also, I think times are changing. I don't know why Sherry went to jail. What she did, like did they jail her for having those conferences and just telling people what she knew? I wonder. That's probably something I'll look up. But thank you for letting me know that, Olu. I didn't know she got locked up. I thought she was still out there doing her thing. Yeah, yeah, Autumn. I'm sure the dogs miss me too. I remember the last time I was gone for a long time, and I hadn't seen Indy for months. Yo, dogs cry. I mean, Autumn, you got a dog. Your dog, Shay Shay. So, but like, it's not like it's not like when dogs cry, they don't like the way Indy cries is her whole body starts shivering, and she really sounds like she's crying, and she just tries to wrestle you. And if anybody knows Indy, Indy's like 135-pound Great Dane, and I remember saying that I'm sure happy that I wore like some dirty clothes to come over here because she fucked me up. She wouldn't let me go nowhere. Soon as I opened the door, so I can imagine that's probably how she's gonna be now. Henna does the same thing except Indy's very jealous, so she doesn't let Henna get hers in. I have to actually like push Indy away so Henna could come get her love too. I miss my dogs, and I'm not going to cry about it. Autumn asked, "How was the gig today?" The gig was dope. I didn't get to meet the dude Ace Metaphor. I was trying to hang around a little bit so I could meet him, but it was cool. It was very inspiring. People that I don't really know who those people are. I've only, like I said, I've only seen their stuff online a couple of times, but their events, they probably have like a good 500 to almost 1,000 seats in the ballroom that I set up today, and they might sell out every single one of those seats, and every single one of those seats was like $50 plus. And then they had tiers. They had like the gold VIP, the super VIP, the platinum VIP. They get so much money. It was very inspiring, not because of the money, just because I have no idea who they are, but yet they travel across the country and they sell out rooms like that. Which I'm sure Miss Sherry Jackson, the ex IRS agent that we were talking about, I'm sure she was selling out rooms like that too. A lot of times they'll go to churches and hold those events in churches, but um, tonight's conversation, the dude Ace Metaphor and his panelists, it's a podcast. It's a popular podcast. They probably gonna sell out that whole fucking room that I set up. And all they do is I don't even really know what they do. I think they talk about like relationships and the dynamics between men and women. But it was inspiring to see that they have that much capability and they have a whole team that basically follows them around the country in trucks, and they have to unload cameras, audio visual shit, fucking stage backdrops. I was like, damn, for this dude that I've barely ever heard of, this is a whole lot of shit for this one dude. And I I definitely entertained a lot of fantasy of that being me one day, me being able to draw a crowd like that, and me being able to have a team of fucking cameras and audio visuals and fucking a audio visual team, you know, shit like that. It would be dope. Bohemian said, no. I'm just yapping, Miss Jones. You know how I do. We getting close to an hour. I'm not gonna hold y'all for too much longer. Nicole says it's interesting how humans don't come together to change circumstances due to programming. And I'm going to segue that into one of the messages that I shared at the beginning of this live, which was reprogramming the phrases that we say. Because all that may be true, Miss Nicole. Let's not reaffirm it, you know? Let's be delusional a little bit. Let's say that humanity always comes together. We always come together to change whatever circumstance that we don't like into a circumstance that we do desire. And how could we address the programming part? Because programming usually is never positive. I mean, there's positive programming. What I'm doing right now is positive programming. The positive rewiring of the fucking whatever part of the brain that controls speech. That's programming. So let's change that around to humans always come together to change circumstances because of positive programming. Let's affirm that. Look at Autumn. Go ahead, girl. Welcome to the community. I hope to see you so much more here. I know you be busy. My girl Autumn, she makes, oh damn, I can't remember the name of the things right now. Autumn, tell us the type of the garments that you make. I can't remember the name. But if you're still in the chat, tell us the type of garments that you make and where we can find them. Plug yourself. Plug yourself. That's right, Olu. Olu said, "This is our land. We are the original inhabitants of this land. We are the Aboriginals of the Americas." The Aboriginals is a big word, a big, big word. Aboriginals. Aboriginals means original people, copper tone people. I forgot where I saw the etymology of the word, but facts. A book. If anybody's interested in learning the actual factual history of so-called black people being in America long before colonization. There's a book by Ivan Van Sertima, I want to say his name is Ivan Van Sertima. The book is titled "They Came Before Columbus." I have it somewhere in my library, but it's in the storage, so I can't pull it out for you right now. But it's a fucking amazing book. It's another one of those things that will fuck you up for life if you didn't know already. That's interesting. End woke insanity. ninja or ninja. Both are the same, and it's ridiculous. Blacks call themselves that and get offended by it. I think I know what you mean. Nigga is a word that I use a lot though, so I can't really. I can't. I can't. I can't condemn people that use that word because I use it often, and I'm not. I'm not ashamed of using that word at all. Um, and I would say it with the er, but that actually makes me feel a little nasty when I say it with the er. Sometimes we say it making fun of white people because that's the way that a lot of them say it. So like if we're trying to imitate them, we'll add the er to it. But it is what it is. Shout out to Paul Mooney. Paul Mooney said he says it over and over and over again just to keep his teeth white, and that shit is hilarious to me. Cuzzo, what's good? Olivia, my cousin Olivia said, nothing like dinner time lives. Hope you're doing good. I'm doing good. I'm doing great. Thank you, cuz. Thank you for being here with us. Always appreciate your company. Oh, Giles, why don't you go do something with yourself instead of being a troll? The original Bohemian Goddess. Where are the mods? Where are the mods? What's the mods? Oh, the moderators. Okay. Does anybody? I mean, I'm about to close this down anyway, so I'm not gonna appoint a moderator. But I don't really mind. I hope y'all don't mind. People saying stupid shit in the comments. It's the world we live in, yo. I've never done that. You got to be a real sick person in your head to go out of your way to speak negatively about somebody. Like, you really don't get no attention. So that's what they're doing. They're trying to seek attention. They're hoping that we all feed into it so they can get their little dopamine hit for the day. Fuck them, girl. Fuck them. The little ones are doing great, I suppose. I haven't talked to them in 2 days. Yeah, that's the thing now. I used to talk to Aura every day. Now, since the last time I visited her, she stopped calling me every day. I think this is starting to like really set in for her, and she's not fucking with it at all. Especially how, yeah, I think Aura's gonna need some therapy. Facts. I went to fucking therapy when I was her age. It's a fucking shame, but it is what it is. Yeah, if that person pops up again, I'll ban them. I don't really like banning people, but if they're gonna be stupid, then I'll just do that. Yeah, I miss seeing Andy too, man. I miss both of my puppers. And Rumi, of course. They got it for tax evasion. I'd love to see that in court. I'd love to see her court documents and see if they really got her for tax evasion because there's so many people not paying taxes or filing income tax, I should say, because there's probably no one in America who doesn't pay taxes. I think everybody pays taxes, and if anybody tells you different, they're fucking lying or they're trying to juice you. But there's there's got to be millions of people in this country who don't file taxes for the sheer fact that there's not enough IRS agents to deal with that. So, and they recently released like 2 or 3 days ago like the new tax bracket, which is pretty much the same as the old tax bracket. And if you, they said something like if you make under 28,000 if I'm not mistaken, your tax is still 10% or 12%. That's wild. To pay for Israeli women to go on maternity leave, to pay for bombs to be dropped on innocent children. One of the greatest Americans to ever live, his name was Muhammad Ali. I'm sure y'all all know who Muhammad Ali was, right? You know what Muhammad Ali went to jail for? Do you even know that Muhammad Ali went to jail? He went to jail. He wasn't the only one, but it's because he was something called a conscious objector, I think. I think is the terminology. So if they ever come for me, that's what I'm gonna tell them. And if I ever have to go to jail or prison, it'll suck. I've been there before, but it'll definitely suck. But that'll pretty much be my defense, and I'd love to say it in court. I love to put it on record. I love to look a government agent in the eye and tell them that I know for a fact where these taxes are going. I have the proof. And I'm not doing that. I'm not subscribing to that. I'm not paying for that. I could lay my head down at night and know that I have not subscribed to that ideology in a very long time. Not many people could say that, but it might cost me my life one day. But that's why I say, a lot of us we gotta do that shit. There's safety in numbers, as they say. Yeah, Fee, I don't have my puppers, man. Not only do I not have them, because I could have them down here. They would not like it compared to what they're used to. But for some reason I'm not allowed to go see them. Which is wild. It's fucking wild. Subscriber says, hey, do you know Jesus loves you? He died for you. If you have faith in him, he will give you eternity in heaven. Subscriber, my question to you is, do you love yourself? Would you die for yourself? Would you die for the things that you believe in? Do you have faith in yourself? Do you believe that you, regardless of what happens to your earthly flesh, that you will have eternity in what so-called heaven is? That's my question to you. Feel free to write back. Bohemian, I think I answered your question, but as far as I know, they're doing great. I talked to them the other night, 2 nights ago, and everything was, on point, amazing. But like I said, Aura is definitely showing signs of needing her dad, and I've been showing signs of needing my daughter. Y'all might not see it because I show up with a dry face on the internet, but my dad's seen it. People who see me in real life, like my cousins and my uncles and my aunts, they've seen it. Y'all gotta remember, like, y'all see me on the lives every couple of days, and I appear to be okay. And I am. I'm chilling. But in the same breath, I'm constantly devastated. And you might not be able to really understand that because, like I said, I look like I'm chilling right now. But yeah, you would have to go to visit a mental ward, or what do they call them, a psychiatric hospital. Go to those places. You will see that some of those people who are out of their fucking minds appear to be doing just fucking fine. Until you say some triggering shit to them. And then they lose their fucking mind. But there's not much that can trigger me either. It's really my own memories that plague me. You know what I mean? Just thinking about my daughters and the fear of just not being there for things. That shit triggers me. But I have ways to combat that. As you can see, I fucking started this live with how to rewire your brain and stop saying things like I'll try. Don't say I'll try. Say I will. Or I'll do my best. Or I'm doing my best. Thank you, Fee. You're such a nice person. It's been a beautiful thing having you here in these comments. Miss Jones, I assume you're talking about the onestupidfuck.com and how do you know if it's factual? Because he's not giving his opinion on the website. He's taking laws right out of the law book. So he's using the Code of he's using I'm tired. He's using the Code of Federal Regulations. He's using the United States Code, mostly Title 18. What else did I see him use on there? I don't think he's using any uniform commercial code, but there's a lot of uniform commercial code that backs that ideology up. Uniform commercial code is the predominant law that governs all laws, especially commercial law. Because whenever we talk about law in like the general sense, it's usually codes, rules, statutes, regulations. But law is not a code, rule, statute, or regulation. Law is just fucking law. And it really all sums itself up to do unto others as you would have done to you. There's ecclesiastical law, there's positive law, there's a whole bunch of fucking different like laws that flow into the venue of law, which is spelled capital LAW. It's never lowercase LAW. It's always capital AW. And I highly recommend, if you're into stuff like that, get yourself a Black's Law Dictionary, preferably a 4th edition. Get yourself what's it called? Bouvier's, Bouvier, Bouvier's Law Dictionary. To me, those things are like my Bible, and I have both of them. They're in storage right now, but those books, the laws that I know, those things make me feel strong about it. And again, that's why I want to look up what happened to, what's her name? Sherry Jackson. Because I had no idea she was actually locked up. I actually can't wait to look that shit up and find out what happened to her and her case. Maybe, just maybe, and this is me, I had trouble figuring out what this fucking word was the other day. This is conjecture on my behalf. Conjecture. Pure conjecture on my behalf. What I think happens, someone like Miss Sherry Jackson, right? They bring her to court. They go through the whole proceedings. Maybe they found her guilty. They bring her into a back room and they basically sit her down and they say, hey, everything that you said is true and correct and exact. We're not going to send you to jail because we can't. I mean, they could. The fucking law enforcement can kill you dead on the side of the sidewalk and not fucking think twice about it. But maybe, just maybe, and you know, me thinking positively, even though it's not that positive, they sit her in the back room, they uncuff her, and they basically make her sign a non-disclosure agreement. And they tell her if she wants to continue to keep her freedom and her family safe, because like I said, they don't necessarily just fuck with the person, they fuck with the person's family. And that's what always hangs everybody up, is like, yeah, take me to jail, just leave my family alone. But they probably told her, yeah, like, you can stay out of jail, we'll leave your family alone, you just have to move to fucking Colombia and never talk about this shit again, and sign these papers. And I feel like that might be what happened to her. I don't know, we'll see. Fee, no, I never have dreads again. That time in my life is over. I had locks for 17 years. And I'm just over it now. I want to keep like my hair maybe this long, maybe a little bit longer, like right here. I like my curls. I love my curls. Or if not curls, it'll be a shortcut. But as you can see right now, I'm not paying too much mind to what's going on top of my head. It's all about what's in my heart, what's in my spirit, what's in my soul right now. My dad just the other day was like, I'll cut your hair for you. I was like, hell no. I don't even touch my joints. Oh, it is Columbus Day. Okay. Columbus Day on Monday. Somebody told me it was a holiday, and I was like, what holiday? I don't know about no holiday. It's because I don't even recognize Columbus Day. It's Indigenous Peoples Day all the time. Whenever somebody brings up Columbus, I'm like, who? Who's that? Beast Mode said, yo, you know what's crazy? Nah, what's crazy, Beast Mode? Oh shit. He said anyone born 1998 to 2005 is the last of kids to listen to radio willfully. I don't know about that. I mean, it seems like it might be mostly true, but nah, kids be getting in the car and they know what radio stations is what. But then you might be mostly true because every time I get into the car with Aura, she knows she has a playlist on my streaming service and she's always asking me to play the playlist. Jody, what's good, cuzzo? Love you. I miss you. Olu said, where's the Buddha? The Buddha's right over there. I put it back in the box though because we were cleaning over there the other day and I didn't take it back out. But I'm gonna put it back. He gonna be back. I really want to get that platform with the light, with the spinny light on it. What's the name of the gig app? It's Instawork. And if you find me on Instagram or just email me at eyenero.com, eyenero, if you email me on that or DM me on Instagram, eyenero, I can give you my referral. And once you sign up and you work your first gig, they'll give you $50 and they'll give me $50. So definitely come try to find me for that. You heard? Especially if you really gonna do that. Life is treating me well, Fee. Despite the circumstances and the outward appearances and all the trials and tribulations that I've been through, I really feel like I've had a great life. I've had very, very amazing things happen to me in my life. I love how you get excited about it, Bohemian. I love that. Right, Mrs. Jones? It's crazy. And there's no logical, reasonable reason that exists on this planet. Never have I done anything to deserve to not go back there. Just to hang out. Especially to see my dogs. My dogs. Let's go see if that cat ate that food. Thank you for those prayers, Bohemian. I appreciate that. She said, it's a blessing that you don't look like what you're going through. I feel like I do. I hear that. I appreciate that. I try to put forth my best face. But I got a bunch more grays. Yeah. Fucking the piriformis syndrome because emotions are stored in the hips. My Lord. That's right, Mrs. Jones. We all put on a face. I forget what there's a Japanese philosophy. I forget what it is, but it's our real face, the face that we show ourselves, and the face that we show other people. Mask or something like that. I forget. The Japanese always got a fucking ideology for all that deep shit. And I can't remember it right now, but they have a real good ideology. If you Google it, you could. I'm sure it'll pull up. Feel your feelings. I be feeling them, girl. I be feeling them. I feel them. I accept them. I cherish my feelings. But I also acknowledge at the same time that feelings do not paint an accurate picture or tell an accurate story. Feelings are things that we create. And you know what the Ouroboros is? The Ouroboros is the snake that eats its own tail. I'm sure you've seen that symbol before. That's very much uh, a visual description of feelings, because when you feel things, you derive a story or narrative from your feelings. And if you believe that that narrative or story is real, that causes you to feel more deeper feelings. You know what I mean? It just goes on in a fucking vicious fucking cycle. So I think with that knowledge alone, we can all do our best to reconcile that or combat that and be our best, most highest versions of ourselves. Oh, you was referring to the book that I referenced, the Ivan Van Sertima book, the They Came Before Columbus? Oh, yeah, yo, you gotta read that, Miss Jones. You ain't know about that? Oh, well, I haven't read it in a long time, but what I do remember is the Olmecs. On the actual cover of the book, he has a picture of a Olmec head. You know what the Olmecs are? Tell me you know at least what the Olmecs are, Miss Jones. Oh, okay. She's talking about her case proceedings. Good looking, Olu. Appreciate that. Unseen. You made it. Happy you made it, fam. Welcome, welcome. Yakub Bugra Bayram. What's up? Everything is cool. Everything is crisp. How you? You want to improve your English? We got a beautiful community for you that'll help you out with that. Yakub Bugra Bayram, I presume you're from Indonesia? I don't know. Maybe the Philippines? What is your original language? Waterloo was good. You cutting the you growing the locks back? You just wanted to redo? You wanted to start over? I hear that. Bohemian Goddess says, I've been doing an anxiety stretch. You lay on your back, bend knees, seat together, knees outward while lifting your butt. They say it releases and create crying. I haven't cried yet. Huh. Are you not feeling your feelings, Bohemian? Waterloo, say what you gotta say, girl. Man. Oh, fam, I'm sorry. I don't remember if you're a woman or a man, Waterloo. Oh, you could put links in the comments? All right, I'm definitely not gonna let this go past an hour and a half. Cause I got shit I gotta do. Let's go see if this cat ate the cat food. Bohemian, if you put that link in the comments, I don't see it. Maybe everybody else does. Oh, the cat fucked it up. That's what's up. Oh, it only ate half of it. Maybe it ran away when it heard me open up the door. Oh, y'all can't even see it. It's too dark out here. But I fed a cat today, so I've got that going for me. Man, that shit is fucked. Y'all want to do a chore with me? I gotta fucking see if I can find some plastic to cover up these to cover up these washing machines. My pops stay. If my pops is one of those people where if you throwing away some shit that you don't need no more, or you moving out your house and you don't want to bring your shit with you, he's one of those people that's coming to get everything. And one of his people, oh shit, I got water all over camera. One of his people was throwing away washing machines. They're good washing machines, not for nothing. Like, I kind of don't blame him, but at the same time, he just brought the washing machines over here, and they've been sitting in the backyard for God knows how long. It's a washer dryer set. I looked it up online. It's like $800 for both of them, and the shits are getting ruined because they're getting fucking rained on and rusty and shit like that. I digress. Oh, you sent to Facebook? That's what's up. Danny was good. Flame, what's up? Sell it on Marketplace. Hopefully it still works. Yeah, that's exactly what I did. That's why I fucking I looked up the model numbers the other day. Cause I can't get like an actual picture of them. He fucking he faced them against that wall. And it's not easy to get a picture of them, so I just looked up the model number and I got like the stock photo of them. And I put them shits on Facebook Marketplace. I'm gonna put them on Nextdoor tomorrow. Alright, let me see if I can prop y'all up somewhere. Alright, that should do it a little bit better. Alright. Right here, the fucking garbage. Alright, we good. She good. Now I'll save her from a little bit of that rust. She getting dirty on the bottom though. It's all good. Somebody will come get it. I asked my dad how much he wanted for it. He said, I want about $4.50. I said, Dad, not $4.50. Not only are these people getting fucked up, possibly fucked up washer and dryers, and they not gonna know till they take it to where they going. But they gotta come get it. And the shit is all rusted and dirty and all of that. All right, we just got it. We did an hour and a half. Thank y'all for rocking with me for this whole time. I'm gonna run through these comments one more time, and we're gonna close it out because it's past 8 o'clock. Remember I was telling y'all about that fucking the YouTube live boot camp or membership boot camp? They were saying that there's a way I can play games on here or some shit like that, and like y'all could watch me play games. I mean, I don't know. I'm not really into that anyway. But I don't know how to do it. Like I need to figure that shit out. I saw something on here that said like simulcast your phone, and it had like a game controller on it. So maybe that's a way to do it. But another thing that I saw today that I've never seen before is when I go live, I can invite people to go live with me. That is now a feature that YouTube has. So if any of you guys want to go live with me, like show your face and have a conversation about some shit, we could do that. If you're up for that, hit me on Instagram and let's plan it out. Again, my Instagram is eyenero, eyenero. Same thing as my Gmail address. If you want to hit me up on, if you don't do Instagram, hit me up on the Gmail, eyenero, and we can talk about it. We can plan it out. We can talk about what you want to talk about, and yeah, if it's a dope idea, I'm with it. My platform is mi platform es su platform. Platforma. I don't know how to say platform in Spanish, forgive me. Alright. Let's see what's up with this. What flame? What's good? I'm scrolling up. Alright, there goes that. Sanford and Son, that's cool. Waterloo, what do you mean, bro? He needs some reality check and stop mooching off his mom. Who's mooching off their mom? Emotions do nothing. It us that translate them. It's us that translate them to whatever we think or have been taught they are, and we treat them how we think we should or how we've been taught to. Okay, Unseen, I fuck with that. That's pretty much in line with what I was saying. What's up, Flame? What's up? Correction, we direct ourselves to behave in the way we think we should or have been taught to. Okay, I fuck with that. I love personal responsibility. Oh yeah, I'm on Offer Up too. I'll put him up on Offer Up, so we're gonna see what's going on with that. Oh, the other sites ask for fees? Yeah, well, Facebook Marketplace must be the way then. Waterloo, what are you talking about? Who don't do shit? I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't mean to pry, but I would love a video on what went wrong in the relationship. You don't have to make it this video, just informative and this video, and just informative and insightful. I was talking about earlier. I mean, you probably don't want to hear this, Flame, but I was talking about earlier how I I might do a membership on this channel, and there'll be so many more things to talk about within the membership portion of this channel. That might be one of them. Not, and it won't be like this is what went wrong in our relationship. It'll be something like this is where I went wrong. I've been through this enough times to know that pointing the finger is not conducive. It's not beneficial to anybody. The one who places blame is defective. The one who takes blame should be respected. I got that from Nas, by the way. That's a Nas bar right there. But yeah, I'm not trying to place blame on nobody. I will say my piece about what I feel like I did wrong. And it's not going to be stuff that y'all necessarily haven't even heard before, but I'll just put it succinctly in one space so people can listen to it and not repeat my mistakes. But I don't think I'm ever going to be comfortable with, you know, saying what the other party did and did not do, if you know what I mean. That's the mother to my children, and you will never see me disrespect her in the public, in the public forum. Now, if y'all want to drive to Jacksonville, Florida, and sit down in person, I'll tell you everything. Cause everybody who sat down with me or stands with me in person, I'll tell a complete stranger what happened. Cause it's completely different than doing it on the internet. Like that's not cool. But I hope that answers your I hope that gives you some insight into what you commented. It rains in Vegas? The desert? I'm just playing. I know it rains in Vegas. Do you have to show your face? I technically you don't have to show your face, but I think I would prefer somebody who's willing to show their face. I don't want to talk to a black screen. All right, Bohemian. Enjoy your night. All right, Flame. If you want to not show your face and stay anonymous, maybe the thing isn't right for you. Yeah, that part, Bohemian. You said it. I shouldn't relive or go over what we are, what I'm getting over or trying to go through. I mean, to me, it is kind of healing to express that, but to relive it, like your word exactly, relive it, which is always what happens, kind of when you tell it to people. Like when I first came down here at the bottom of May, it was Memorial Day weekend. So when it's Memorial Day weekend, you go and you go be around family. So everybody wanted to know. I had to tell a story fucking 10 times, and it helped me feel better because I don't get to tell anybody. If I ever get to tell anybody, it's my dad. My dad is the only one. And as much as I love my dad, like my dad is very biased. I'll say that he's always going to be on my side, rightfully so. But to tell it to family who can be objective about it was healing for me. So, and that being said, I would. That's why I said I would talk about it in the membership, um, so it can serve the members and it can serve me as well. Come through, Miss Jones. Come through. I'll cook for y'all. Oh, facts, Flame. All right, I got to the bottom of the comments. All right, y'all. That's it for me, man. I gave y'all an hour, hour and 40 minutes. Thank you all for rocking with me. Everybody who clicked on this video, you could be anywhere in the world, but you chose to pick this. If you rocked with me for a certain period of time, that's even cooler. All of my day ones who's always in here, Bohemian, Olu, Miss Jones. Who else came through for a hot minute? Waterloo, you be coming through. Olu, I said Olu already, right? Jody, my cousin Olivia. Fee, it was nice to see you again. Who else? Who else? Autumn, if you still here, thank you for coming through. Oh damn, I almost remembered the name of the garments that she makes. But she must have dipped because I asked her to plug herself, but she must have got out of here. Oh, Mrs. Clayton was in here. Robbie! Thank you all. I'm just trying to thank all the people who constantly come through. Who else did I miss? I think I got everybody. I think I covered everybody. All right. Y'all know what time it is. To the one of us who is many, may you grant my friends peace, progress, prosperity, patience, persuasion, pleasure, panacea, and the everlasting present moment of now. Love, eternity, joy, and happiness forever and ever. Amen. Ashe, aho. All right, y'all. Peace.